time I close my eyes, wake up feeling so horny, I would give anything.
Why the hell am I still a fan of this video game? And yes guys, I'm finally doing a review on this figure. And while doing some research on this figure, also known as looking up why Anne is the best waifu, I found this. Yes! 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 Okay, come on. Oh! Yes! 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 Which one of you fucks did this?
Boobies.
Now, we could waste our day pondering if liking anime girls is okay. It's not. But, I mean, right here, right now, we're here to discuss this figure. And because of that, we're gonna get into the detail. Mind you, before we start, I do have to admit that I do not like this costume. I'm sorry. It was too showy. It felt like they were trying too hard to make it a sellable character. So here is Anne, out of the packaging, if you even want to consider it that. And it's a very, very well-made figure. And the detail, of course, in Figma fashion, is very, very nice. Everything is well-made. All the colors pop. It's got this very nice glossy finish. There is very little actual, like, specific detail on her torso, but the zippers and everything look pretty nice. They have a nice metallic tone to them, and overall, they're just very, very nice. If we look at the mask, it is a very, very nice mask with a lot of little detail, with a little silver outlining the eyes, and of course the little painting inside the actual mask ears, I guess you could say. And going down, of course, we have the huge, voluptuous, overflowing ponytails, which look really cool and have articulation in them, which is an added bonus. And going lower, we have, well, we have the boot.
Victory has begun! Death to the MPLA!
You know what, now that we're here, I might as well discuss my alibi for having this figure. But moving right along, let's get into this figure's accessories. And oh boy, do I have to say that this thing has a lot of accessories, so let's go through them. First, let's start off with the hands. 2 open hands, 2 peace sign hands, 2 unique versions of the grabby hand, 2 standard grabby hands, and finally, 2 fists. So I mean, we overall have a very basic hand selection, but it is necessary for any good Figma figure. Next up, accessory-wise, is her faces. I might as well teach you how to take it off if you don't, and if you're new to these figures, you have to remove the faceplate here, and bam, you just pop it off. It's like very easy, and you get that. So first off, we have this standard smiling face, a winking smiling face, and finally this determined face. Moving on to other face accessories, we have of course the mask right there, which is the classic, and we got a hairpiece in case you want to display her without the mask. And that looks like this, not too shabby. Next up, let's move on to her more violent accessories. Next up is this nicely painted Uzi, which I mean I haven't found really any use for. It's cool, but it's just not very... It's not very important when you can display her with other options. It is definitely dope though. It's a cool accessory nonetheless. You also got this fan which suitably fits all of you guys fanning her for affection. And Jesus Christ guys. Get out of the house for a change. Monkey go out. Monkey find mate. Make baby. Me Tarzan. You Jane. Be happy.
Boobies.
And finally, the best accessory, this whip, which is absolutely dope. Very, very nice. You can even shorten it if you want to, because it comes in removable parts, so you can make it shorter at will. It is probably the coolest accessory. And a weird weapon choice, realistically. Why would you wield a whip? It's like Why? I don't know if this counts as the accessory. I don't know if you've bought a Figma figure, but all Figma figures come with a Figma stand. Of course, very nice accessory, of course. And now that we're done with the accessories, let's get into the figure's articulation. Because of course, we all know that a figure is not a good figure without articulation. Ball joint at the head. Her ponytails are on the weird little extension here where there's a ball joint in her head and an actual ball joint outside for extra posing at the ponytails. Her arm can go out about that far. No swivel at the bicep, rather you just get a straight two-pegged ball joint right there, which allows for pretty much excessive posability, so don't worry about no swivel joint there. This joint right here is actually on a swivel, which is pretty nice. A nice and spicy bang. A side to side at the arm, but it can also be an up and down if you move it. A waist joint right here. A ball joint at the leg. A really high kick. The leg can go back this far. A bend at the knee. A down and up at the ankle. I forgot to mention that her tail was also on a ball joint right here, so you get extra articulation. And a pivot, but it's very weird. I just wouldn't recommend using it. So overall, her articulation is pretty good for a high standard figure, of course, and it is a very, very good figure. So overall, I am gonna give this figure a 4.5 out of 5 because as much as I don't like the costume, I have to admit, if you do like the costume, if you do like the character, this figure is honestly the best thing you're gonna get. It is an amazing figure. It fits well with the other characters, and it's just great. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I'm sorry about the upload schedule, it's been kind of wonky. I honestly wanted to save this one because I wanted to make a good review for it. So I hope you like this change in quality. I hope this looks like it was made more professional. That was my intent. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and remember, if you don't subscribe, you'll end up like the toys in my basement.